What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Ty Tune Show. My head's getting just a little bit cut off, but that's okay, because my hair is nothing special. I'm coming to you fully fed on this delicious Taco Tuesday. I had a full bag of Taco Bell, so I'm ready and raring to go. And I wanted to bring you my thoughts on the new Migos album, Culture 2. So, let me just say, getting right into it, the first Culture absolutely made me a fan. I did not have any respect for Migos until I heard their track, Slippery with Gucci. The beat, the way it was this futuristic alien earworm that just dug into your head, and their triplet flow, their subject matter, okay, whatever, Papa Perky, just get started. Fine, I can look past it, but the beat and their tone and their inflection were just so much fun that it actually became one of my top albums of 2017. You would know that if you followed, but that's for another day. So, I was pretty excited about Culture 2. When I saw that the track list was a mere 24 songs, totaling about an hour and 45 minutes, my jaw pretty much hit the floor. Not in a good way. And I was hoping that it would stay there with the tracks. But track after track after track left me completely unimpressed. So instead of taking up the rest of your life, giving you a full album review, I'm just going to break down the tracks that I really enjoyed, whether it was for something unique or for some clever wordplay or what have you. So in no particular order, I really enjoyed BBO. Not a big fan of 21 Savage, but I felt like his presence on the hook, for his style being very laid back, but just so like gravelly and like, there's no fun in 21's world. So for him to be talking about the bad women only that he keeps around and that the Migos only get with, that was pretty fun. It was kind of a justification to his character as we all know it. The hook was pretty cool, and I really got to give credit to Kanye. Mental breakdown, naming his child Chicago, and being married to Kim Kardashian, fine, but the dude can make a beat. I loved the horns, and then the way it breaks down into kind of an Asian influence. That was really fun. And that came, I think a few tracks into the album. So to hear the standard Migos fare, and then to hear this was kind of like, oh, this was pretty cool. This caught my ear. Another one way further down in the track list was Two Player. Now, Quavo says that he made the beat. And when you hear this song, you'll know, because that saxophone loop, oh my gosh, it was like heaven. It was amazing. It was like walking through the desert and then finding the magical oasis. Because, like I said, it's way further in the track listing. So to hear that was just fantastic. And then, of course, Chainz throws on it his usual playful persona. I've really enjoyed that. Much props to Quavo, who I felt was kind of trying to step his game up as for all the hooks. But unlike in Culture 1, where he added, his own unique element, the auto-tune drenched voice, here I felt it wore a little thin. Just like my boy Scott said, he and I were having a conversation about this album. He didn't really bring anything new to the table apart from these awesome beats. So that left me a little bit disappointed. Another one that really stood out to me was Top Down in the North, just because it was a more introspective track than I'm used to. It starts with, I think, Takeoff. I am getting better at discerning all their different voices. It starts with him kind of... Actually, you know what? It starts with Quavo. It starts with Quavo talking about his family and talking about his upbringing, coming from the bandos to million-dollar mansions, owning property. And it was kind of a deep cut. It was a Migos deep cut, if you will. So I really enjoyed that one. Gotta give a shout out to Emoji the Chain. Metro Boomin, of course. If Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. That was an insane song. I loved the way that the beat reminded me of just some kind of crazy carnival. Something that the Joker might be bumping to if Joker was like a trap star. The subject matter was, of course, hilarious. I mean, they're icing out emojis, and I think Quavo has an actual chain of Uka Uka from Crash Bandicoot, the magical little wonder mask. I'm pretty sure that's iced out. So that was pretty cool. And then the way that the beat breaks down with, I think it was the original sample, Boomin, he literally can do no wrong. That was really fun to hear. Motorsport, one of the first singles. As is, most of you guys know, I am definitely not the biggest Cardi B fan out there. In fact, when it gets to her verse, I'm pretty tempted to skip. But the xylophones just gave it a really menacing feel. And these tracks, like I mentioned, really stood out to me for the way that they sounded so much different from what came before it. Because a lot of these 24 tracks were just the same old thing, the same ad-libs, the same subject matter. Somebody on Twitter said, the Migos don't know 24 words, let alone could make 24 tracks. I thought that was a pretty sick burn. Boom. So Motorsport was a good one. Another standout verse from Takeoff. Offset. Okay, dude, you're getting married to Cardi B, so you really need to step your game up. A couple more. Gang Gang really reminded me of the Future track Incredible off of Hendrix. The way they start almost could be the same song. That one was pretty cool because it was kind of a tropical vibe, and it just, it stood for standing with your gang, standing with your homies through thick and thin. And last but not least, Stir Fry. This was a skateboard P beat. This one's super fun, and I literally just saw Apple try and pedal out one of those $1,000 iPhone X's with the Animoji of this song, which was pretty ridiculous. It's a fun song. The cover art's really cool. It's neon. It's the standard skateboard P funk craziness, and they bring a lot of energy to it. So I really enjoyed that one. Overall, I was able to pick out, seven tracks here out of 24. So not quite the best return, but if you're a Migos fan, you'll enjoy it, I think. If you're not, I don't know if there's going to be anything here to turn you over to the dark side or the Versace side, unlike Culture, which was kind of a cultural phenomenon, pun intended. So yeah, that was my take on Culture 2. Got to give a shout out to my beautiful wife for throwing me a sick surprise party.
Hey.
I'm going to turn it down here. Just take a look at the tablecloth. It's proper Mario, which was a lot of fun. Total gaming party. I wrecked. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Come see me on Dragon Ball Z online. I'm the man. And also got to shout out Scotty from earlier. He and I have always had really great musical conversations, and I appreciated his feedback on this. Scott, holler at me. Let's get you on the show sometime. That's it for today, guys. I hope you have a great week. Hit me on the comments, and let's chat. Later.